What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Six Gaming Podcast. Filling in for your host, as always, it's Roncley. Shosan disappeared. I'm not really sure what happened to him today.
Yeah.
Did anyone hear anything from him? Veg,
No.
what are you doing?
Nothing. I'm
not podcasting.
Shh. Secrets.
Well, let us first introduce the largest man on the podcast.
Soon to be not the largest.
How's that?
I'm dieting.
Seriously?
Oh, wow.
Yes. I started off at 410 and down to 384.
Well,
Nice.
that's good progress.
It's a quick improvement.
I will no longer be the fattest man on this podcast.
Well, you are right now, so. But someone who's not the fattest man, but apparently this September is going to be trying to make people fat. Mr. Brox.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Wait, how's he trying?
Oh, he's got this barbecue Labor Day thing going.
Oh yeah, I gotta send that one out to Veg too. Except I told that to my wife, and she's like, "Well, shit, we're gonna have to cook an entire hog if Veg comes, or is it just gonna be a couple shoulders?"
Cook Veg.
That would
And
feed
then,
the entire planet 3 times over.
Yes, it would. And world hunger.
Yeah.
And
Eat
then
your vegetables.
yeah. Vegetables.
Your vegetables.
I'm done. Good night.
All right, and then dealing with a sick child, unfortunately.
Hey, what's up, Ispath?
Yeah, and before we get into the actual show part, I do want to make a semi-cool announcement. The Six Gaming Podcast is now a podcast. Yay!
Yay!
So
Earlier this week, we published to Podbean, and iTunes just accepted the podcast yesterday. So
Awesome.
if you go to iTunes, you can search for it by Six Gaming Podcast. Make sure you get the right logo because the old one's still up there. It's only got 2 episodes on it. Just ignore that one. And then, of course, if you're not on iPhone, if you go to sixgaming.podbean.com, you'll be able to get to the podcast. So, yeah, very cool. I know, Dan, you've been waiting for a while for that.
Yeah, I'm actually looking right now to see if it shows up on Beyond Pod.
Beyond Pod? I'm not sure.
It's an Android one, and it picked it up before.
You might have
July,
to
yeah,
plug in
July
the,
25th, 2015. Yep, it's up there.
Yeah, there you go. Excellent.
Subscribe from Android things off of iTunes too.
Sweet. All right. So now, even though he's not here, we're going to get to one of Show's favorite parts. You ever notice that Show's favorite parts of the show is every part of the show?
Every part of the show.
Every part of the show is his favorite part. But we're going to get to the first part of the show, which is news.
Good news.
I thought you were waiting for us to say it.
No, I was waiting for the sound effect, which doesn't play live anymore, so we have to kind of like pause in order to insert it into the podcast.
Okay, yeah, I thought you were like being a jackass for a second.
No, he's being a jackass all the time.
Well, I mean more so.
Thanks a lot, Dan. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. I'm an equal opportunity offender.
Thank you. First up, and this is some really great news. For the first time ever, Summer Games Done Quick has reached $1 million.
Again.
It's pretty impressive.
The summer one it's the first time for the summer one.
Yeah, the winter one's done on, I think, at least once. It did it last year.
Yeah, it definitely did it last year.
But it's the first time the summer one's done it, which is impressive. And there's been some really good runs this year so far.
Yeah, and the only reason that I know that is because I watched the Grandmaster Tetris one, and they mentioned someone said something about $1 million. They said we've never done that before on Summer Games Done Quick. So
That Tetris session was insane.
It's so funny because it looked for a while like that American guy was just gonna completely fail every time he stepped up. But then at the very end, when they did the head-to-head, he crushed that other guy.
Oh, and
so hard.
And it's crazy. They were saying it's what you have 8 frames of reaction time in that fast mode.
Yeah, and when they're mentioning one of the things that they were mentioning is that they were doing something called perfect frame moves, which means you have 8 frames to do something, or however many frames to do something, and if you're off by 1 frame, you can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to have that kind of reaction time with the controller, and it's just insane. Now, I've actually played Grandmaster Tetris 2 before, I'm terrible at it. I could not get very far. I can't even get halfway.
Yeah.
So,
it's much more fun for me to watch than actually play. I'm absolutely horrible at it.
and I say I'm terrible. I've had like leaderboard scores on the Xbox Tetris.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I'm not that bad, but I'm not that good either. So, yeah, game's done quick. They've also had Zelda nearly beaten Swordless. Who saw that?
I saw that one. That one was really cool. So it was Zelda on the original, like the original release of Zelda on the NES. You can't actually beat the game Swordless because you have to hit Ganon with the Master Sword to make him vulnerable to the arrow.
That's
but
right.
they got all the way up to Ganon without using the sword once.
Oh my God!
So they went through and did all these tricks to find the rupees that are scattered throughout the world, and bought the candle, were using the candle and the magic wand and the bombs for the most part to kill everything in the game.
Oh wow!
It was pretty impressive. Did not use the sword at all until they got in the room with Ganon, tried to hit him with the wooden sword, and you saw nothing happen. It killed him in 2 hits because they didn't even have the blue suit or the red suit. But they got there, and it took like maybe an hour and a half or so to do it. So that was impressive.
And then Prince of Persia run didn't go well?
Did not go well at all. That one's always been interesting to watch because the game itself there's so many cool things you can do with it.
Glitchy too.
And it's so glitchy, and that's exactly what happened during the run. I mean, 18 minutes into the speed run, the game crashed. They had to restart it. And that happened several times throughout the run. And what was amazing is the guy who was doing the speedrunning, he just took it in stride, like nothing happened. He didn't rage quit. He didn't pull a Shosan and throw his controller through the TV or anything. He just kind of went with it. Still ended up beating it, with it crashing on him multiple times.
It's probably something that's happened to him before.
I'm assuming so. I mean, I know a lot of the speedrunners for that one are using a bug that's been discovered recently that shaves about an hour off the game. But if you do it the wrong way, then it completely glitches out on you, and that's what happened at one point.
The original Prince of Persia?
No, this is the Sands of Time. So the first
second.
remake. Yeah.
Saves an hour off the game. You only have an hour to play the game.
Yeah. Yeah, for the original one, definitely.
Yeah.
So that was pretty impressive. And then earlier tonight they were doing a race of Super Mario 64, which is pretty impressive to watch. 3 people going at once, just trying to race each other to see how fast they could do it. And it was, no matter how many times I watch people try to speedrun that game, I'm always learning something new from it. It's impressive what they're doing with the game, that classic, and still able to break it in interesting ways.
Absolutely, very fun. They're doing the Super Metroid runs right now, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They voted to kill or save the animals.
That I don't know. From earlier in the week, it sounded like Save the Animals was ahead, but
It's always ahead.
yeah.
I was wondering because of the whole Cecil thing if people would just save the animals by default. Because of that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Also, Microsoft released Windows 10 this week. I've installed it. I don't recommend installing it.
Yeah.
It's not terrible, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of bugs with it, including start menu
You were
bugs.
saying it was pissing you off, so...
Yeah, it was pissing me off pretty good. It still is.
No.
But I found a workaround to my start menu issue. Basically, I put all the start menu items in a folder and put that folder on my taskbar, and now I use my taskbar button as the start menu.
So with your start menu, is that coming about because you had more than 500 things in there to begin with?
512, that's correct. 733 to be exact.
Okay.
Now, most of that is because I'm a computer programmer, web developer. I have all kinds of development things installed. That probably makes up more than half of my list.
Hey, see, from Microsoft's point of view, it's like, hey, it's a home operating system. Why would anybody have more than 500 things?
I have
on there?
Enterprise installed.
I mean, really, all you need is a solitaire that's going to charge you $1.49 a month for no advertisements, and you're good to go.
What?
Yes, that's right. Their solitaire game. Although, to be fair, their solitaire game actually looks pretty good.
Motherfucker, that came free!
It came free, but it was so bland.
Who gives a shit? It was free!
Well, Veg, it's still free now. It's just they're going to show you advertisements unless you pay them.
This is advertisement too! It's for them to fuck off!
Holy crap, we have
So
an angry
mad.
veg on our hands. Microsoft, nice job, Microsoft. Nice job.
Fucking cum-guzzling semen demons. That's what they are.
Holy crap! That just happened. Veg.
For the win.
It's ridiculous. Like, I'm sorry, I have some repent anger from Rocket League from earlier. But still, that is horseshit. I remember when that pinball game was free, and now they don't even have it anymore.
Oh, that pisses me off. I love that pinball game. I was
Yeah.
really good at it.
Yeah, exactly. See,
Oh,
Microsoft
man.
is just fucking us over one little game at a time, even though we have hundreds of others that we can play without them. And
The damn
Anyway.
solitaire should be free.
I just like to say that Veg has a lot of demons. That's just one of them.
Wow.
All right. Moving on.
I feel a little better now.
One of the other things that Windows 10 brings along is Xbox One streaming. And I've had a chance to try this out, as has Veg, or not Veg, a show. And we're giving it the thumbs up. It's the real deal. Show noticed that it was a little bit laggy. The inputs were laggy. But I'm sitting here playing Tetris, and I'm getting near personal bests. And you know how fast that game can get.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I don't think it's that big of a deal. It was pretty good for me.
How's
very happy.
the frame rate coming through on that? Is it still pretty decent? Because I
it's-
know, like with
the only-
with oh yeah, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was saying I know with Steam home streaming that I use, I stream from my PC over to the Mac Mini using Steam streaming, and it seems to drop the frame rate pretty noticeably in some games. Just from the compression and sending it across and everything like that. That's what I was wondering
haven't
if
noticed
Xbox was
any
different.
frame drops. The quality isn't quite 100%. Like, I probably stream to Twitch better than it streams here, but I don't know if that's a configurable thing. I haven't even looked at the configuration options for it. But, I mean, right out of the box it worked. The only thing I had to do was turn off my... I have a code that you enter on the Xbox to unlock it or to log in or whatever. I just pretty much said, forget the code, just sign in automatically. Done. So it works. It works really good. I haven't played a whole lot of things on it because just haven't played it a whole lot. But it's definitely a big. It's going to be a big deal. A lot of people are going to like this. So
That's awesome.
Has anyone else other than me and Show got Win 10?
I've been running Win 10 I've been running the preview of it for a long time, and I don't really have many major problems with it. It was doing a weird thing for a while where it randomly dropped my sound until I reinstalled my video drivers because I was running sound through HDMI. But that seems to have been solved in one of the last more recent updates.
I can't get Windows 10.
Why not?
I lost my key.
You lost your key to Windows 10?
No, I lost my key to Windows 7.
If you call Microsoft, they'll tell you what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
can-
did. They're being a bunch of dickholes.
I can probably find your key in 5 seconds if I had it.
Did you tell them how big of a fan of Solitaire you were?
But
Pay your
we
shitty
have
$1.49 for it.
We have an episode where we're on the line and Show calls up Microsoft and complains about Solitaire. And we run the phone line into the podcast so we can hear both sides.
oh man.
I do it.
It'd be amazing.
All right. So yeah, the only problem I've had with Windows 10 is, of course, I play Crypt of the Necro Dancer. And two things that Windows 10 has done to that game is, one, if I play it at full screen, I have a 3-monitor setup where I have a monitor here and a monitor there, big monitors, and then I have below that a third utility monitor. It's only 1024 by 600, but like I have chat running through it right now, for instance. That third monitor stops responding. So it's like I have to reboot Windows just to play that game. It's just no thanks. And then the other thing it does is that I plug in my Xbox One controller to it, which is really cool. But the trigger buttons stop working. So kind of sucks.
That's my kid, if you can hear it.
Yeah, I'm wondering, is Broxy all right over there?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out, is my kid or your kid?
It's my kid.
Okay.
Because all I could hear was the creaking of your mic every time you went to.
Sorry about that. I was trying to figure out which child was crying.
That's hilarious. I'm glad I don't have that problem. Anyway, moving on. And apparently I'm the only one here that doesn't play this game. But there is a patch coming out for Rocket League soon. And apparently this patch is going to be taking aim at people who people who quit mid-game, I guess.
That is part of it, but also the new DLC coming out. Well, they call it DLC, but really kind of a extra content. Yeah,
yeah. This patch is coming before the DLC.
Yeah, that patch I think has already hit. It looked like, but then the DLC that's coming on next month, or maybe it's this month now, adding a spectator mode. So that'll be pretty interesting. But then also it's a new stadium, a couple new things for free, and then new cars, new skins, things like that if you want to pay a little bit of money for it.
Now, describe what Rocket League is for those of us.
So imagine soccer that doesn't suck. You're playing soccer.
Can't, I'm sorry.
So, I keep playing on my monitor. You're playing soccer, but it's with a bunch of cars with rockets on the back of them, and the ball is gigantic. And the AI in the game is incredibly difficult.
Interesting.
Yes. And it's a lot of fun, and I think part of the popularity of it is it was free on PS Plus last month, and so a lot of people picked it up just from that. I mean, I picked it up like I do every month whenever the free games hit, and I waited until maybe a week ago to start playing it. It's like, man, this is actually kind of fun. It makes soccer kind of fun to play because it's with rocket cars, and you can smash into other cars and destroy them. And
the best description for me is it's the best rage-inducing fun you'll ever have.
Exactly. That would be it too.
Now, what has happened to Show when he's played this game?
All you hear is "motherfucking robot," and then the best one is because he got Windows 10 and his friend did. All you hear is, "Hey Cortana, fuck you."
Wow.
And I'm like, what? And the best part was we're like, "Hey Cortana," because one of them has their speakers for us. So all we say is Cortana, minimize, and the game minimizes.
Oh, wow.
That makes him so mad.
And the funny thing is that Cortana has a feature where it will recognize your voice, so he could stop that from happening, ever. Yeah, that's kind of funny.
It's awesome. It's 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, and 4v4. I don't know if they're going to add a 5v5. I really hope they do. That'd be it's already chaos as it is for 3v3
That'd be even more.
I can't wait for that, honestly.
Very nice.
This game has so much potential, and it has a lot of potential now, but it has even more to do so.
Exactly, and it's interesting just as people get into the game and figure it out, just see how strategy changes. I mean, when I first started playing, everybody's just going after the ball no matter what. Now you see people kind of figure it out and drop back and wait to see where the ball is going to go versus just blindly chasing it and flipping upside down on a wall. So. Because that's one of the interesting things. There's no out of bounds. You can you drive towards the edge and all of a sudden you're driving up the side of the wall and flipping upside down
or on the best shot that I've done so far was on the ceiling.
Oh yeah.
Like I dropped off the ceiling onto the ball and just slammed it into the goal.
That's awesome.
I don't know if I can justify $20 on this game though. I mean,
it's worth it.
It's probably worth it. Yeah, I would say.
Well,
yeah, Show was so excited when he found out I was semi-interested, he bought it for me.
It's actually really interesting that 10, 15 years ago, we would have thought nothing of buying a game for $50, $49.99 at Best Buy or Media Play or whatever.
Yeah, I would.
It was like it was a new game and everyone wanted it and it was a good game, whatever. And now it's like $20. It's not on sale for $7.99.
Wait for the Game of the Year edition.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Speaking of new games, there's also a new game that's hit beta called Superhot. And I hadn't heard about this before today, and I actually looked at this game, and this looks pretty good. Superhot, basically, what this game is that it's a first-person shooter, but time only moves when you move. So you can stop and look around you and take inventory of what's going on and plan your moves out accordingly.
So I can kind of watch the bullet in very slow motion as it comes to shoot me in the face.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. So, but the beta is out for that game. It's at superhotgame.com.
Actually, I put it on there because I've been watching the game, but it also reminded me of when you were talking about Crypt of the Necrodancer, how one of the characters otherwise things usually move with a beat, but one guy it only moves when you move. So
yeah, Bard. Yeah, absolutely. Same idea. Very nice. And then for those that have 3DS, apparently there's a bunch of sales going on. Best Buy specifically has a sale on select 3D games, including B1G1, 50% off. You get free shipping from BestBuy.com, stuff like that. So, so for those of you that have that 3DS,
so
Super Smash Bros. For $39.99.
Well,
that's the usual price.
No, the sale is buy one get one half off. So you save $20 on 2 games.
So you get that and say, let's say you're Kohl's and you get Pokemon Art Academy. You get one of those at half off. Yeah, Pokemon. I don't know. Yeah, there's a couple Pokemon games on this list too. So. Like 5 of them. That's ridiculous. It's
that's the only way to catch them all is you got to buy both colors of each version and
you
link
have
up
to buy them all to catch them all.
And have 2 DSs so that you can trade them between yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I got Exploding Kittens today.
Yes, Exploding Kittens has shipped, and I guess Lorna got a couple days ago, but you got it now. What's the special secret surprise?
Should I reveal the special secret surprise? It's kind of disappointing.
But they spent $1 million on it.
Well, I mean, how many did they ship? If they shipped 700,000 boxes, it's just $1.25 or something per box.
What is it?
So the box is actually a really nice box, and it's got like a little magnetic clip. And when you open the box, on the right side is Taco Cat, and they drew Taco Cat, and it has a little like photo transducer built into the eyes. So when you expose it to light, it goes meow. So every time you open the box, it makes kitty sounds.
I'm done. GG. Good night.
Yeah, I thought it would be something more interesting, but it's cute. I mean, whatever. They didn't have to do it.
Taco Cat.
But I looked through the cards. It looks like a fun game, easy to play. Good party game.
Well, it looks like one big meme after another.
Sort of a little bit. It's the oatmeal. I mean, it's all his art, and it's that same style. But it's sort of it seems to play a little bit like Uno. You get like the reverse ones, and it doesn't actually have those cards, but everyone takes their turn, and you play cards that make people take extra turns or stop your turn, or it's you play cards that affect the order and whatever. So it's very easy, it's fun, and it's got silly. It's not Cards Against Humanity is still kind of a much more irreverent and laughy game. Like there's not a whole ton of cards in this set, right? It's like 60 cards or whatever, 50 cards, maybe not even that. It's just a fun game. The art makes it silly, but it's not going to be like a ha ha ha, like this is a hilarious card. Like they're just silly the first time you see them.
Got it. So yeah, Exploding Kittens. Very cool. All right, so we have a little bit of Blizzard news here with World of Warcraft unveiling their expansion on the 6th, 8 a.m. Pacific.
At Gamescom or whatever it is?
Yeah, Gamescom, yes. Gamescom 2015. A lot of people, well, I say a lot of people, but by a lot of people I mean Penth, has been speculating that they are doing this because maybe the expansion's gotten leaked.
It did get leaked.
Yeah.
I heard it. I haven't seen with my own eyes, but I have heard that it's been leaked by the same guy who did the last big leak too. So might be a little legit.
But
I don't know, because we've talked about this on previous podcasts, and it's like I think my time with World of Warcraft is slowly winding down, and I am not sure if I'm getting this expansion or not.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I've seen parts of the leak, but even then, I'm like, I've already kind of left it. Not really sure if I'm ready to jump back into it unless it's got to have something real compelling to do that.
Yeah, and a troll expansion is not compelling.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's more than trolls, but I mean,
I don't know. I'm done with it. I love WoW. I love the lore of WoW. I think it's fascinating. They've done so much good work with the story for it. But game wise, I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Like I've lost so much interest in the game that I'm unsubscribed. I haven't played in 3 months.
Mhm.
You know, I had enough game time a couple months ago where I got my crap from Heroes of the Storm when they launched it officially, and then that's it. I logged right out.
Yeah.
And then Ellie's thinking the same thing too, or my wife, and she's been, and that's how we met. She doesn't want to let it go because that's how we met, and it's a bond for us.
And that's how this podcast became to be. I mean,
Yeah.
you figure we were based off World of Warcraft in the first episodes of the old series, and to know that, like, I think I'm the only active subscriber left.
6 days left of game time.
6 days left. Yeah, I canceled Albert's account the other day.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, part of it though is also, I mean, when the guild fell apart, not fell apart, but I mean, when people stopped showing up to raid and Ron decided that we were not going to be a raiding guild anymore, which is, I mean, that was the right decision in my opinion. People were like, well, if we're not going to raid and that's kind of what we like to do, and why play?
Yeah. Now, a bunch of us have, of course, my guild For Honor is, they're doing raids, and they're a pretty healthy guild. We'll get like 20-some people a night. But like 7 of those people right now that typically raid, me, Salitha, Nymph Moradin, Aderi, and Dutchy comes along every once in a while. I said 7, didn't I? I meant 6. So, I mean, there's still some of us that stick around and raid, but
there's also some people from that faction right there that are slowly getting pulled into Final Fantasy.
Yes, that is true. I think my wife just polished off the vanilla content.
Yeah, it takes forever. She'll tell you.
Yeah, we sat watching the cinematic for that. I call it cinematic. It took like 30, 45 minutes or something.
It takes an hour for each cinematic for the end of it.
Was it an hour? It felt like a long time. But we were just sitting there watching. I'm just amused because everyone's talking except her. It's like, I don't know, Half-Life.
Yeah.
The guy never talks,
Well, that's the traditional Final Fantasy, though, that a lot of the story is text-based, and once in a while you'll get, dialogue. That's always how Final Fantasy is. It kind of pisses me off because reasons.
Because reasons, absolutely. So, yeah, that's the expansion coming up. Dan, what are you drinking?
And some news on that as well is that someone quit today.
Yeah, that's right, Bashok.
Yeah, Bashok, yeah. I saw that.
Totally forgot about that, yeah.
He's been there quite a while. This is, 2003 or so?
Yeah, he was there since Warcraft 3.
Yeah.
So that's huge. That's not good. That's not looking good for the WoW department. I don't care what anybody says.
I don't know. He's been there for 12 years. I mean,
yeah,
that's a long
run.
run.
Gotten a better offer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even then, I mean,
maybe League of Legends is buying up all the WoW members. Their WoW devs.
So yeah, Bashok. He started with Blizzard in October of 2003. Has been with World of Warcraft since the beginning. Even worked with Diablo a bunch. So you won't see him much on the forums anymore, except maybe as a.
And the cool thing is, what I read, they actually gave him a very nice leaving. Like they knew that he was leaving, and they had threw a giant party for him.
Yeah.
They filled his desk with red starbursts.
Very nice. So yeah. So Dan, what you drinking?
Highland Park 12-year.
Nice.
Very nice. Because we're talking about the fantasy LCS here, and
I'm gonna go find out what my cat's doing. He's not something
Hey
good.
Ron,
he's exploding, obviously.
Yeah.
your fantasy became a nightmare for this season.
You know what? I'll talk about this for a little bit because I had been kind of shying away from it for the entire season. When I went into the season, the last 2 times I played, I didn't have very good performance. And what I did for a lot of that is I would, every week, I'd go in and I'd shuffle players around trying to get the best possible combinations. And those players would always suck. Every time. Even if they had good weeks before, even if they were going up against bad teams, they would just suck. So this season, I changed my strategy up. I drafted my team, and I left them alone for half the season. And at the end of half the season, I was 0-5, and I'm like, well, screw this. Let me just go to the list, and I'll take the top players from each position that are left. And I did that, and I finished the season 0-9. So it's like, I don't know. It's just if you want a team to lose in the LCS, let me know, and I'll draft them all into my team.
Yeah, me and Sho were tied, but I won because of points, and then you were just gone.
Oh, I think that I thought Coles won it.
No, he
Coles
won.
clinched it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, he was 8-1. I was 5-4, so was Sho.
Okay. Yeah, that's an insane showing by Coles. Let me tell you. He did really well. I almost beat you this week. Very close.
Yeah, that was actually my closest win.
Yeah, so I didn't even have a win. I lost every game. I think my closest loss, it was either that or the one against Show from week 5. Oh no! I lost by 3 points to Coles in week 8. 3.13 points is what I lost by.
Ain't that just a kick in the ass?
Whatever, I don't care. So, but congrats to Coles for winning it all. We actually have the last splits champion sitting in chat right now. Anything you want to say to him, Veg?
No. Yeah, you and Ron are dickholes.
Hey, Ron's got Ron's back. Okay, that's all I got to say. All right. So we talked about the EU LCS last week. We're going to briefly touch on the NALCS playoffs start next week. TSM dropped to 5th?
Yeah,
What the hell happened?
They were doing stupid shit. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I really don't understand. It's kind of funny because you heard what Dyrus said, right?
No, I did
think
not.
you missed that because Dyrus basically said most teams when they go into the playoffs, they want to seed higher. They want to seed higher because they want to play the weaker opponents so that they have a better chance to win. But we're TSM. We don't care who we play in the playoffs because we're going to win.
He's worse than Double Lift when it comes to trolling.
I love that, but he's better at it. He's so much better at it. Double Lift is just like kind of blah, you know.
That's because Double Lift's an asshole when it comes to it.
Yeah, exactly. Where Dyrus is just like, you know, he's a big badass. You know, that's Dyrus to me. So Team Liquid, they didn't finish 4th. They finished 1st. They beat CLG in the tiebreaker to get the 1st place. And then Team Impact.
So many games.
Team Impact beat Gravity in the tiebreaker to get the 3rd spot. TSM 5th, of course, and Dignitas rounds out the top 6. Cloud9 saved their season by getting a 7th place finish, winning
by
the game, and then by a freaking hair. And it's still not guaranteed they're going to Worlds yet. They have 70 points for finishing 2nd in the spring split, but if anyone beats that, if they don't make the regional playoffs, they can't go to Worlds. So we'll see what happens. High has committed to staying with the team through Worlds if necessary. So High's sticking around, and they're going to keep their lineup they have now. They're looking pretty good too. It seems like they're finally coming back together. So we'll see how Cloud9 performs. And then Team 8 and Enemy will be going to the relegation tournament, while Dragon Knights are going back to Challenger. And that does it for the news. We're done.
Right.
News. Now let's talk about what we've been playing. And I don't think Sho put anything down. I still have no idea what happened to Sho. I figured I'd hear from him by now. He's probably out like a light. Maybe he took some pain meds or something and didn't realize what would happen to him. Because it's never happened before, right? Ever.
Yeah, and I've never had diarrhea, so.
Hold on.
Of the mouth.
You've had it out of both orifices, dude.
Well, no shit, but you know.
No, that's the point.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So let's talk about what we're playing. I'm going to start with Brox.
Yeah, so I've been playing just a couple things. It's been a busy week, so gaming hasn't been hasn't been too big, but I've been playing, still playing Axiom Verge since Show threw down the gauntlet at me.
He did.
And
He threw it hard.
there's no way I'm gonna top that. I mean, he beat the game in like 7 hours and change with 96% of the map, dying once, and I know I've died a significant number more than once, so that's not happening. But still playing a lot. Still playing that. It's a lot of fun. I think I'm getting towards the end. I'm not really sure because I can't conceivably think of any more power-ups that I can get. But it's been a lot of fun. Also going to GTA 5. I've been slowly playing through that, and that game just cracks me up. I mean, sometimes I just play just to see what the hell Trevor's up to, and just to switch to him and see what kind of crazy stuff he's doing. And also
comes back to Trevor.
Exactly. And then also playing a little-known game called Jeanne d'Arc on the PSP, which is a tactical role-playing game. I'm completely terrible at any tactical RPGs, but yet still love playing them. I mean, I'm so bad that on Jeanne d'Arc I died in the tutorial fight. I'm terrible at them.
Very nice.
But it's a very pretty game. It's a lot of fun. It's made by Level 5. I mean, they also did Dragon Quest 8 and 9 and a couple other big games, and so they know what they're doing. It's not just some no-name game. And so having fun with that, getting heckled the entire time by my wife, who's completely awesome at tactical RPGs, and second guesses every move that I make. And that's why she's a manager and I'm not. But
very nice.
So yeah, that's what I've been playing this past week.
I've actually heard of that game before. I don't remember where. It might have even been on this podcast. So
it might have been. I mean, I've picked it up before and played it a little bit, but never really got into it until recently. I was like, I have it. I might as well just play it. And especially I've got a lot of travel coming up starting next weekend, so I'm gonna probably play it a lot then, and hopefully beat it. So we'll see.
All right. Veg, when are we having dinner again?
I can actually look.
Asking him hard questions.
How about next week?
Maybe. We'll figure it out. We'll talk afterwards. What have you been playing?
You're gonna have you for dinner.
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of games this week, actually.
Well.
Yeah, I know. Since the wife is away, I will definitely play. She's in Miami right now.
I don't need to know that.
No, she's in Miami. The hell are you
going to Miami?
When you say that, it means sex.
Oh.
Yeah.
I play video games. What the fuck else am I supposed to do?
Okay, just saying. That's
what they're calling it these days. All right.
I don't know.
Do you really not know what that phrase meant, Veg?
No.
Oh my god.
You're putting your joystick in some other USB ports.
Yeah.
Oh
no.
my.
I don't like unfamiliar USBs. You have to transfer their data, and usually it's corrupted.
Brox? Say it. Say it.
You don't know what else has been in that slot.
Yeah.
I was hoping you'd say practice safe hex. That's your one.
Exactly. Well, it's the same as those USB ports you see at airports. I want to kill the people every time I see somebody do that. I'm like, look, why are you sticking your phone into there? You don't know what else has been in that slot. You can catch a virus from that. Practice safe hex. Seriously.
Exactly. All right.
Vag,
what have you been playing?
God damn it.
Apparently he's been playing with himself a lot. His wife's gone.
Damn. All right. Veg, move us along.
I'm going to tell you guys so much. Okay. So I've been playing a lot of GTA 5, just to gain money, whatnot, have fun. Explosion, bang, bang, shoot people. Yay, murder. Murder's fun. Anywho, I've been also playing Project Cars, which I found a nice little bug on a certain racetrack where I've watched the supercarts flip like 80 times for no reason. It's hilarious.
Oh, nice.
You tap them into the corner just right and they're gone.
Oh, nice.
And they never come back. I don't know what happens. It says they're there, but they're still like launched in the air.
That's awesome.
And yeah, I'm just laughing my ass off. I'm crashing all over the place because it doesn't matter. And I'm like, what the hell just happened? And it happened to like 8 of them in a row, like lap after lap. They just kept disappearing. And I'm like, why am I gaining laps? I'm a lap behind. And that's what happened, apparently. So, yeah, I need to be a bug reporter for this game because it's starting to piss me off slowly because I fortunately have turned the restarts on because of this. I don't normally do that, but with this game and how buggy it is for some classes, it's like they rushed some of the cars. Like if you get tapped by a car on a straightaway, you're gone for some reason, and it's not like you can't salvage. It's not like a car you can't salvage it like the LMP ones. You tap one of those, yeah, they're going into the wall. It doesn't matter where, But if you're doing it to like a freaking BMW that's going 20, there's a problem, especially when you have enough road to save yourself. It's bugging me. That's all.
The bugs are bugging you. Check.
Yes. And then, of course, I've been playing Rocket League. That game, I started playing it a couple days ago. Show bought it for me on PC. I had it for PS4. Played a little bit, but unfortunately, they don't have
Whoa. They do have crossplay.
They do, yes.
Yes.
But you cannot invite someone from PS4 to computer yet.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah, tell me about it. So that's what I meant. That's what I mean when it's not, when you can do that, because I would have done that, a while ago. But it's been a lot of fun. It's insane. It's, like I said, it's rage-inducing fun. And now I understand now why people scream at their TVs when they play when they watch soccer or play FIFA. I understand it now.
Oh, I scream goal every time I make a goal.
Yeah.
It's great. I mean, I just want to bust up my Vuvuzela and use that tune
No,
the entire time.
you keep that thing
put that away.
Anything.
Shove that thing up your ass, okay?
Well, no, because then it still makes sounds every time he farts. Oh my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, the largest man on the podcast, the Ditto.
Yeah, the angriest one too.
Angriest, very angry. Anything else?
And then I've been playing Final Fantasy a lot as well. I've been playing with Soli a bit with it. And we're trying to get Ree to play, but,
Yeah, she's been having issues.
Yeah, she's the IT's worst nightmare.
She is.
Like, I wish I could go over to her house and fix what is ever wrong with it.
Once upon a time when she was having an issue, I actually remoted into her computer to help fix her issue.
Did you really?
Her internet at the time was so slow. Anything I clicked on took like a minute to react to. It was. It took me like an hour and a half to do something that should have taken 5 minutes.
And then then we wonder how the hell she was so good as a Huntard.
Oh, Huntard. There you go.
So I've been playing those games. I've been playing League, of course, for the Bilge Water stuff. That's been awesome.
Oh,
I don't know why.
Talk about that. Tell us about that game mode a bit.
So it's just like 3v3 lanes. It's normal, but it's different in the same time that you can buy a minion. There's 4 kinds. There's a tank, a DPS, a ranged, and then a support minion that you can buy. You can only buy 1 per game, and then you can upgrade them through every minute you get one of these silver coins. It's different from the currency that you get from gold, from killing minions and stuff like that. This is kind of like, if you've ever jungled, it is just like the, what the hell is it called? Devastator enchantment, or Devastating enchantment on the jungle. Every kill you get ranks it up, or you get 1 silver coin. Every jungle minion you get one, or every large jungle minion. And after you get so many, you can upgrade this guy. And at the end, like if you get to super late game, these things hit for so freaking hard. I can't survive a frontal onslaught as an ADC with full lifesteal. Like they hit that hard. Like it's a lot faster game mode. It's also more intense and a lot more fun.
Interesting.
They should keep this game mode, but of course they're not because
of
Rito. Rito, please.
Yeah, I thought that's one thing that really bothers me about them. They come out with all these new play modes, and then they only make it active for like 2 weeks. Like, what? Seriously, just keep it. People want to play your stuff. If it's bad, take it away. But if it's good,
like Earth mode or Doombots of Doom, that was amazing.
Oh, Doombots of Doom was so much fun. I love that.
That was rage-inducing too.
Yes, it was. It's like, oh my God, how many frickin' lasers is she firing? Yeah, that kind of thing.
Rainbows? What do they mean? Oh, they mean death. That's what.
Yes.
So I've been playing that a lot as well. Ron wants you to play as well.
Yes.
They miss you.
Yeah.
And they want to cuddle you. Apparently, that's what Ashley said.
Yeah. What? I don't think I want that.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
But yeah, he's unlike you. He's in chat, and he mentioned that. So yeah,
I don't
Anything
have
else?
to be in chat.
You don't.
Everyone's
apparently.
talking about you there, Veg.
Badge has all the information because he just sucks it all in.
What am I, a vacuum or a whore? What?
No, you're just massive. That's all.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, that's it on my spectrum.
Spectrum. Okay, moving on to Dan.
So I don't know if I said this. It was a couple weeks ago. Show and Brox talked about their new Nintendo 3DSs
Uh-huh.
and how they had old Nintendo 3DSs that were just going to start collecting dust. So I kind of jokingly said, "You can send it to me," and Show did.
Nice.
So I have a 3DS
Good guy,
now. So
Show.
I bought yeah. So on the record on the podcast, thank you to Show. I got Mario Kart 7 because I love me some Mario Kart. That was on sale for $20, and then I also got Majora's Mask and
What's that one?
Zelda Majora's Mask,
Ah.
and Link Between Worlds.
Link Between Worlds is awesome.
Both of those should be coming later this
Yeah,
week.
I've been trying to get myself a sweet 3DS, but my brother's like, "Oh, I'm gonna let you borrow mine." And I was like, "What happened to that?" He goes, "Oh, I bought new games for it." I was like,
It is,
"Okay."
it is interesting. Like I stopped at Best Buy just to see what games they had, and it's really amazing how much better the new one is than the old one. Like I can see why you guys like it. Like you can move it around and you get the 3D effect no matter which direction you're facing. And with this one, if I don't have it just straight on at the right distance, it gives me a headache.
Yeah,
so.
I had to train myself, and I went from the DS to the old 3DS because I used to like to have the hinge partly closed, and you just got 2 clicks. It's got like mostly open and then full open. I used to play on the mostly open one. I can't do that with my old 3DS. It has to be perfectly flat for it to actually work for me. Yeah, new one. Yeah, like you said, no matter what I do to it, unless I'm playing in pitch dark, it's gonna be fine no matter what.
I may maybe the one that Show sent me will be my son's someday when I have one. I'll buy myself a new one. They'll be on 60s by then.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So
Breaking
anyway,
the
been playing
fourth
that.
wall, man.
I also want to say, very nice post on the podcasters page there.
Oh yeah.
I may
the
have to.
the Vuvuzela Symphony.
Yeah, I may have to repost that on our
Go for
Facebook page at facebook.com/6gaminggg, and shameless plug.
Since Veg just happens to be such a fan of Vuvuzelas, I thought I'd post a nice sonata for that.
The Breaking Balls Sonata.
Break my balls, Chance Brits.
Anything else, Dan?
I finished the South Park game.
Nice.
I was not expecting, like, when I got to the top of Clyde's castle, I was not expecting the little side mission that you partake.
Oh yeah.
That was a nice surprise. I was actually kind of surprised that that particular South Park reference hadn't made it into the rest of the game. So I was pleased to find it there.
I told you that game is just one giant South Park episode.
Yeah, well, and also if you look through all your junk, it has all the different other references.
Why are you through your junk?
Because South Park likes to make you look at your junk a lot. I did actually. I was wondering what happens if like you try to leave that area, and so like there's this area right near the end where like there's the way back to the rest of the world. There's the way to the final boss, and then there's a quest that you're supposed to do in that room. And if you walk out of either of the other 2 doors, the game ends, and you get the credits. Like it's like the bad ending, but I was not expecting that to happen. It was pretty funny.
Nice.
So I beat that, and then I'm back to playing Witcher 2, and actually putting some decent time into it. I got to the next area, I guess. It's not open world like Witcher 3 is, so I'm in the next small city area, and gonna work my way through that.
Very nice. All right. Anything else?
Nope. Ron, what
All
you
right.
playing?
I've been playing all kinds of things. Of course, Descent as always. Nothing really new to add to that. But there is a new Descent-like game that released on Steam yesterday as early access. And by early access, they mean early access. Game's called GeoCore. And right now, the single player is just like one level with a bunch of basic robots and not a whole lot of action. There is multiplayer. I haven't played the multiplayer yet, but there's like a whole bunch of bugs with the game, and it's very early on in development. But it's playable, which is the important thing. So if you have time, you can check that out on Steam. It's called GeoCore. It's by Anarchy Interactive. And then Crypt of the Necrodancer, of course. I am still having trouble beating my personal best on Deathless, but I did beat Monk this week, the guy that cannot pick up any gold. I was very stoked by that. And then I got to the character Bolt, which is double speed. And apparently there's an issue with the game on Zone 4 where the music goes so fast that my system, for whatever reason, was causing me to miss beats left and right. I'm like, what? So
You gotta hit the turbo button, Ron.
Yeah.
Well, apparently it's a calibration issue, and I just have to do that. The final character in that game, by the way, Coda, did get beaten by Spooty Biscuit for the first time ever. So congrats to him. A little bit of light Diablo 3, not a whole lot.
I'm waiting for the new patch for that.
Yeah, a lot of people are. I don't know how much I'm going to keep playing that either, because what'll always happen is I'll play it really hard for the first part of the season, and then I'll just stop.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got to, like, 300 something, and I've played it maybe a couple times.
Yeah, once I'm able to do a Torment 6 Rift in 10 minutes, I'm like, okay, I'm pretty much done for the season.
10 minutes, you're slow.
Yeah.
That's like a 5-minute.
And then shows like,
they're adding
you
up
guys
to-
are doing Torment 6, I can't even do Torment 2.
Yeah, they're adding up to
Sure.
like Torment 12 though. So
I
or
thought it was
10,
10.
10 or
Yeah, 10.
something.
Torment 10. And then one last note of what last thing I've been playing, and I mentioned this last week, was the Pac-Man Championship Edition DX for iPhone came out. Last
You're a
week,
machine on that one.
Huh?
I said you are a machine on that one. I see that on Game Center.
Yeah, I got the world record for the half time trial.
Do you still
Are
have
you
it?
serious?
I don't know if I still have it, but I mean, I'm pretty sure if I don't have it, I could go back in and easily get it because there's so much time I could save on some of those maps. But yeah, I was very stoked by that.
And I thought I had no
Actually,
life.
I was number 2, but number 1 was 0 minutes 0 seconds, which obviously is a cheat, so that doesn't count. So yeah, world record, very awesome. So that just about does it for what we've been playing. So normally this is the part of the podcast where we'd move on to the 6 gaming roundtable, but Pep says we should just sit here and bullshit.
I think we should bullshit. But we should think of something we want to talk about.
I hear Veg has some strong opinions on solitaire.
Fuck your couch.
Don't. That is code for don't invite him to the barbecue.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he'd rather stay home and play with himself. And
Well, we don't know if Ellie's going to be away then.
oh yeah, true.
I do want to try your beer, so
I love
I'll
that,
be
though.
friendly
That's gonna
towards
be my
you.
new thing.
Oh,
Cow,
there we go.
Charlie Murphy.
I love that episode. Darkness! Darkness!
All right. So, what do you guys want to talk about?
Let's see. Oh yeah, there's been a crap ton of animes that have been released, and they are amazing. At least some of them were.
Veg can watch them now that Ellie's gone for a week.
Actually, some of them I have to. Yes. Holy shit, they're not
Those are-
appropriate
those
for
are
most
different.
people.
Oh, so they're yaoi.
Not all of them, no. But
Not all of them.
Only
Some of them are.
no, I don't watch.
Well
that
answered, Veg.
stuff's nasty.
Come on, it's like it's anime. It's robots and nurses and shit, right? I mean,
one of the best ones.
What about robot nurses?
yeah.
God. One of the best animes I watched so far was fucking hilarious, and I do recommend it. Is Am I a Zombie or Is This a Zombie or something like that? It's just downright hilarious. like the first episode got me hooked. I was like, okay, this looks stupid, and then one of my friends was like, no, you should watch it. It's really funny. You just got to keep going with it. I was like, okay. I was like, and then I kept going on, and it just kept getting more and more ridiculous. I was like, okay, that's awesome. He's a zombie that has super girl powers. It's just amazing. It's just like Sailor Moon as a guy.
Huh.
And who's a zombie?
And he's a zombie.
It's kind of funny because I saw what I thought was a zombie earlier tonight while I was out getting Starbucks.
Oh yeah.
Homeless guy. he's like drooling and stuff. I'm like, what is wrong with this guy? Crazy. Anyway.
So I definitely.
You should take it. You should talk to the goddess of compassion and take a lesson from her. Oh, is she laughing too?
The goddess of compassion wants to murder me. Why would I talk to her?
Beat him with the sword!
No, she's not going to beat me with the sword. I haven't said anything to make her beat me with the sword yet. It's not going to happen, Veg. Just give up.
So, Ron, what are you implying?
Oh, there it is.
I'm not implying anything, Veg.
Implicably.
Hit him. Hit him anyway.
Do it.
Do it. Hit him. Hit him.
Come on. Kill the animals.
Kill the animals, did you say? I'm not an animal. Go away. Okay, I'm safe.
No, you're not.
Yes, I'm safe enough.
No, you're not. That's a lie. The cake is a lie.
This is not cake. This is a sword.
Can you make
the
a
sword is not a lie. Sit down. Jesus, trying to host a podcast here. Damn. The fuck. Okay.
Sit down, woman.
But
All right.
Ron, were you like, bitch?
She's holding the sword over her shoulder right now. I've got to watch. I've got to watch what I say. So, we'll go with no on that.
But
Edge, continue.
I look straight into that woman's eye sockets.
Oh my god. Now it's just if you like anime and you do what is it? Funimation has a crap ton. They've been downloading I think like 6 a week easily.
Oh wow.
They still haven't gotten to the Gundam series yet. That makes me really sad. That's my favorite mech series. There's a few others that I like, but that's the biggest one that I like the most is Gundam Wing. The Japanese and the English version or the subbed and dubbed versions are very well done. And I have starter animes per se. People that don't know the weird shit. Who don't like it, and I don't blame them. It's kind of like metal music.
Yeah.
There's some stuff that you'll like. Like I'll suggest people who are trying to get into like metal, like to listen to certain bands. I do this with certain animes now. It's like, yeah, watch this if you're starting into anime. It's I don't want to drop them into what I was dropped into, which was fucking horror visions of death. One of my like my third anime was Elfen Lied or Lie.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
I don't know. My first one was Battle Angel, which is just about as violent. So.
Yeah, and then one of my friends was like, "Oh, you should watch Shiki."
Oh Jesus.
I'm like, yeah, I watched that, and I'm like, halfway through the series, I'm like, "Oh, this ain't so bad," and then they're like, "Oh, we're gonna start on a killing spree now."
Yeah.
Holy shit! And one of the final deaths is, I'm not gonna ruin it, but very imaginative. Just
technically, my first anime was Voltron.
Oh yeah.
Because that's just redubbed anime.
Yeah.
So was Thunderbirds, and so was Noozles.
Mm-hmm.
But in real life, as an adult, someone got me to watch Attack on Titan, which I think is a pretty good balance of story and people getting murderated.
That one threw me through a loop when I first watched it. I was like, whoa, okay, I didn't expect that to happen. And I love how people are like, oh, it's overrated. I'm like, no, it's getting the attention it deserves. It's really well done. It has a very good story, and it's pretty gory. It's not as bad as Shiki or Elfen Lied, but it's up there.
Very cool. All right.
Yeah.
Anyone else into anime? Because I haven't seen anything in like
Have you seen the? They did the remake of the Akira trailer with the Simpsons. Have we talked about that yet?
No.
Oh, you gotta look that up. That is awesome. Where they did the entire trailer for Akira and redid it using Simpsons characters.
Like it was the Simpsons start, or was it?
Is this Bart Kira?
Yeah, Bart Kira.
I'll post that on the page.
It's pretty amazing because Akira. I mean, talking about old anime, that was also one of the first ones that I watched because I mean everybody heard about it.
And it's still one of the best
It's still a
anime
classic.
movies.
Oh yeah,
It's still a classic.
Even I've seen that, and I don't watch anime.
Yeah.
That and 3 animes that people usually know. Which the first one is Akira, the second one is usually Cowboy Bebop, and the third one's Trigon.
Yeah.
Those are, like if I bring up any of those, like I know that.
And then people kind of get in. I call it kind of the starter ones. Is that like Dragon Ball? Is that like Yu-Gi-Oh, something like that? I mean, it's all similar. Good ways to get people into it. Say, hey, if you like that, check some of these other ones out.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap this up. Had quite a full episode today. Whole lot of news, lots of games, and lots of anime, and lots of veg. We love veg.
There's always lots of veg.
So, before we sign off, any last words, Veg?
Windows 10, you're a cock-knocking whore. Fix my solitaire, you bitch.
Very well done.
I'm done.
Thank you. Dan?
It's occurred to me recently after watching shows with my son how much Yoda and Grover, of course both performed by Frank Oz, sound incredibly similar.
Well, if they're
and Miss
performed by the same
Piggy,
person.
also performed by Frank Oz, sounds like a high-pitched version of them.
Wow.
I'm not going to be able to unhear that now.
Yeah, no, right?
So Miss Piggy is a female Yoda.
Yeah.
Yes.
Check. Got it. All right. Very cool. Brox.
Nothing big. Next week I'm probably going to have internet as bad as shows usually is. I'll be at a hotel.
Shows is fixed.
So. Okay.
Our episode last week was just me and him, and his internet was perfect.
Yeah,
Nothing
and he's
wrong.
been playing Rocket League with us with no latency problems, other than if we get a different host, that's not us. We'll have internet connections, but that's just not him. That's all of us. So.
Then I'll have internet probably as bad as he used to have coming from a hotel. So.
Very nice. All right. And as for me, if you head over to runclay.com, check out the music section. I have I mentioned a couple weeks ago about something I might be starting up. This is the start of it. Check in the music section. You'll see what's there.
I'm going to have to listen to Tetris now.
That's not
Tetris
Tetris.
music.
Ron, I have one of
not
your
because
pieces
of you, but
music
because
from,
of the
like,
Super Tetris thing.
I have one of your
yeah.
pieces of music from like 2003.
No, this is the latest. Look at the latest stuff, not the old stuff.
I know, but I have some of that, and like every once in a while it comes up on when I have all my music on shuffle.
Oh, got it.
And I'm like, oh hey, Ron made this.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm still. I actually broke out my guitar to play it, which I hadn't touched in months, and I was trying to do these pitch bends, and oh my God, my frickin' fingers were about to fall off.
Funny enough, my mom's actually getting really good on the guitar, which is kind of weird to say.
Yeah, I remember her talking about what was it, Rocksmith or something?
Yeah, Rocksmith. She's been. God damn it!
What has been heard can't be unheard.
Yeah.
Right.
I need mind bleach and just bleach.
I think we're going to bleach this episode, folks. So
that's another good anime you should watch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with the substance.
For the Six Gaming Podcast, I am Ron.
I'm Veg.
I'm Brox.
I'm Penn.
And we will see you next episode. See ya, bye.